This year, on the country's most dangerous television program. 8 atrocious motorists were admitted into our rehabilitation center.
Oh my God, I quit!
Here, they've been getting lessons from our driving instructors, Peter Mellor.
Now that's what they call a jackknife.
And Philippe Letourneau.
Simple as that.
They've also received advice from our therapist, Shamila Kiru.
Stay focused on your goals rather than on what could go wrong.
And Cam Woolley has offered them his legal opinion.
When you get that upset, you're actually driving impaired.
When the bad motorists impress those experts enough, they graduate back onto public roads.
Absolutely deserve getting your license back.
Will they all learn enough to graduate?
Oh, crap.
No, but
they sure hope they'll graduate, because whoever doesn't
will be named.
Hey! Hey, let me out of here! Someone will be named Canada's worst driver!
Canadians are known worldwide to be courteous people, except in parking lots. The next challenge for Canada's worst drivers is to prove to us that they can handle a vehicle in a very tight space.
We call this biannual event
Canada's worst parking lot.
The nominees for Canada's worst driver are Nervous Tab, a Calgarian who was made a candidate by Matt, her boyfriend.
I can't drive this, Matt.
You can totally do this.
Oh, freak.
What? I'm trying to get my seatbelt.
Cape Bretner, Shirley, was nominated by Janice, her daughter.
You hit the car already? I did not.
Can you bring that in a bit?
Calgarian car accident survivor, Aaron, was nominated by Lee, his father.
My way?
Turn your mirror.
You know what?
Sly was made a Canada's worst driver candidate by Fred, his brother-in-law.
It's weird, but I got this sudden urge to go and do bumper cars.
And Montrealer Afia was brought to rehab by Cindy, her worried friend.
So how many times do we have to park? Only once? Or...
Yeah, once you park, you're done.
And I now invite you to park.
In this challenge, only 4 parking spots will open up for our 5 drivers. And to pass, those drivers have to park by reversing into the empty spaces.
What they don't know is that over there in our parking lot, other annoying cars will be getting in their way, stealing spots, honking, and generally carrying on like, well, Americans.
True to form,
Holy crap, there's no parking.
Tab is already getting anxious. Afia is getting impatient. And Sly is getting confused.
I don't know, like people using their horns and stuff, I thought that was illegal.
It's not illegal. You're encouraged to use your horn.
You are?
Yeah.
Aaron is headed to the corner because of bad advice from his father.
I would park right there, right in front of the camera.
Is that illegal?
Well, it's not a parking spot, but you're not blocking anything.
He's blocking half the lane.
What the heck?
Before the challenge, I told everyone to park only in designated parking spots.
I can't help but notice you're stopped.
Well, there's no
We're making our own,
spots.
creating our own parking spot.
You can't create a parking spot.
So go to the penalty spot, and then come back into the parking lot.
Thanks, Dad.
Drivers have to take a penalty lap if they do anything illegal or if they hit anything.
Did you hit that wall? You can't do that. You're cheating if you do that.
Shirley isn't cheating,
Janice, where am I
Can you
turning
just
to?
you're gonna make a U-turn.
but Janice is cheating.
Keep it hard, keep it
Okay.
hard. Keep it hard.
Where's my spot?
Just keep going. God.
That's an illegal move.
Why? What's illegal?
A passenger who touches the steering wheel assumes all legal responsibility for the vehicle.
You touched my wheel.
Parking spaces are finally starting to open up.
There's a spot there now. Can you take it?
Aaron can take it,
Truck coming.
but his reversing skills aren't good enough. And the truck scares him off.
Thanks.
Why did you not take that spot?
Because I'm being courteous.
The whole challenge is to park.
That box truck's taking that spot.
Oh, nice. The nervous some people.
When the box truck can't fit,
It's all yours, Tab.
Aaron reappears and sneaks into the spot.
Sorry, I was here first.
Took my spot, man.
Aaron doesn't like parking. But after a quick readjustment, he does manage to slide into the space.
You're parked.
Aaron still needs reversing skills.
I don't want to graduate because I want to increase my knowledge and my abilities and my confidence.
Sly doesn't know how to ask another driver to move with a hand signal.
Just wave him back.
Well, I've never heard of that.
And he doesn't know how to dress his feet for driving.
Whoa, whoa. See, sometimes my foot slips.
That's why you shouldn't be driving with sandals.
When the next spot opens up,
No, this is mine.
the stress is setting in.
What the hell? Or heck, or...
Okay, how about listening to me next time?
Where
then?
was the spot?
How come that matters?
You're panicking and you're allowing your anxiety to rise.
Eventually,
Oh, look at that.
Sly is able to park.
Come on, Sly, you got the world's smallest car. You can get it in there, I'm sure.
Why are you stopping?
Well, because I'm not sure if I'm in between the lines.
Sly parks without causing an accident.
Parking lots are a very popular place to have an accident.
When a spot opens up near Shirley,
What do I gotta do?
Janice directs her,
You need to start cutting your wheel now.
but Shirley's too slow. 2 minutes later,
You're in. You're in.
Hey, okay.
Tab gets parked.
What did you get out of this?
I'm never buying a big truck.
Tab's biggest problem is still her nervousness.
I wasn't freaking out, per se. I wasn't shaking. Well, I shook a little.
The only people left are Afia and Shirley.
Is that my horn?
And when the final space becomes available,
Oh, she's got it.
Afia needs a few attempts, but Afia safely becomes the final person to park.
So another thing I didn't get.
When we come back,
Woke up this morning and thought, it's a great day to parallel park.
Canada's worst drivers learn the lost art of parallel parking.
See how easy parallel parking is?
Oh my gosh.
Our expert, Peter Mellor, is about to train Canada's worst drivers in a dying art form.
What we're going to do, Sly, is train you to do some parallel parking.
Ooh.
Parallel parking is a 4-step process. Step 1 is getting into the proper starting position.
The trick is to line up bumper to bumper.
Step 2 is turning your wheel to the right and reversing.
See what's happening now? I'm lining the car up.
The angle you want to line up at is getting your vehicle to point at this corner. When you've achieved that,
Let the car go back. Make sure we clear the other car here.
as soon as you are clear of the car in front, turn the steering wheel hard left and continue reversing.
And we can go back until just before the bumper of the car.
The final step is going forwards to tuck the front end in, as Peter now demonstrates.
Now, would it help you if you see it written down?
Oh, sure. Get your rear bumper lined up with the rear bumper of the car you want to park behind.
When Sly gets in the driver's seat, his inappropriate footwear makes him dangerous again.
Whoa.
You know what happened then?
Oh, my gosh.
I think your foot slipped onto the gas then. What sort of footwear are you wearing?
Sandals.
When the rest of Canada's worst drivers also learn to parallel park,
Now you're a parking star. That's good.
Oh, I'm not a star, but I'm learning.
it's time for the parallel parking challenge.
That's a little car, though, so.
Same technique, though, no matter what car you're using.
The car the bad drivers will be using for this challenge is our pristine 1967 Chrysler Newport, which, incidentally, is 14 million miles long. Or at least it feels that long. And Tab will be first to park it.
Oh, my Lord.
For the challenge,
Clock has started.
the drivers have half an hour to park properly.
Oh, my God.
And they have to park smoothly.
I'm shaking already, sakes.
If they can't reverse in one smooth move,
I'm not gonna make it.
they have to start again.
So now follow the arrows around.
I gotta stop shaking,
You
that's
do.
my problem.
Yeah.
When she tries again, Shaky Tab's problem is approaching at too sharp of an angle.
Oh. I'm shaking again.
If drivers hit another car or the curb,
Oh, please don't hit. Please don't hit.
they also have to start again.
Oh. Did I hit? Ah, around. Can't believe I've been driving 20-some odd years and I still can't pull a park.
Parallel parking isn't done on many licensed tests because
The examiners don't like doing it because they pick cars in the street and the owners come out of their houses and start abusing the examiners.
on Tab's 5th attempt,
No. Oh, maybe.
she has the angle right. She just misses the car in front, and she looks like she's going to be perfect.
There. That's... I parked a big car.
After 20 years of driving, Tab can finally parallel park.
That's what I'm talking about, bitches.
Afia is next to parallel park. Talking distracts Afia, so she's trying to parallel park without uttering a word. And while it would be more impressive if she could stay in her seat, Afia does park perfectly. Before rehab, Afia couldn't park her own car.
With what Peter taught me, I can do it with any car.
For Sly's challenge,
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
I'll be observing from the back seat.
First backwards in a straight line.
Sly's notes are helping, but
Doesn't feel like I'm going in a straight line.
Doesn't feel like that to me either.
The notes can't help Sly judge distance. On his second attempt, Sly gets to the point where he needs to go straight back. But he can't figure out if his wheels are straight.
Oh, wait a minute, no.
And he spends almost 2 minutes without budging.
Sometimes I don't always trust my senses.
Sly trusts his notes, but following them takes him 8 minutes to get parallel to the curb. And when he gets there, he's way farther out than the 30 centimeters that's allowed by law.
Here's a classic example of somebody licensed that should never have been.
So if you didn't drive at all, how would your life be different?
Well, I wouldn't be able to do my delivery job.
As a delivery man, Sly must be a big hit with his customers.
I mean, the one thing is that I didn't hit anything.
Yeah, well, you hit the white car.
Oh.
Aaron is getting advice from Lee.
Crank it hard now.
Which way?
But Lee's advice isn't working.
Sorry, Aaron, that was my fault.
Time after time,
I think you're on the curb.
Lee's well-intentioned instructions
Good. Oh.
steer Aaron into failure.
Okay, straighten out now. No, the other way. The other way. Straight. The other way, a little more. No, your way. Towards you.
The other way.
You're right up against the car here.
Pretty soon,
Aaron, straighten your wheels out.
Aaron asks for silence. And with silence
I can do it, Dad.
comes success. No, most. On his next attempt, though,
This one is it.
the success is real. Aaron parks without help from his dad.
I love the man, but come on. Leave me alone. I can do it on my own now. Feels good to say that.
Shirley wants help from her daughter.
I'm not going to hit it, am I?
No, just go.
Now what? Straight?
And
How's that?
when I say Shirley wants help,
Well, tell me what to do now.
I mean she wants a lot of help.
Am I near that bumper?
The problem is,
Am I near the bumper?
Just keep going.
Janice's help doesn't help.
I failed big time.
If Shirley would just trust what she knows,
Now all the way in, right?
she'd do a lot better.
Am I okay on your side? Like this, Janice? Help me get it. Is that it? Am I lined up?
She's lined up, but she's too far from the curb.
I only get worse.
This is your last shot.
On Shirley's final attempt, Janice refuses to offer any advice. And guess what? Shirley parallel parks.
I did it. I know I could. I did it.
Shirley needs to trust her own skills.
But see, that's what I mean. If you don't ask me a million questions, you actually can do it on your own.
When we come back,
Oh, close!
it's the Know Where Your Wheels Are challenge that we call the Trough.
Whoops.
Knowing where your wheels are is something we often talk about on this show. If you understand... Where are you going? If you understand that your rear wheels don't always follow the exact same path as your front wheels, you'll be able to better turn around in tight spaces, proving to us that they know exactly where their wheels are is the next challenge for Canada's worst drivers. Where is my wheel going?
To see if Canada's worst drivers know where their wheels are, we're going to ask them to drive forwards over this simple course that we call the Trough. I'll go first.
While I'm going, I have to remember that my rear wheels are going to get up there, car, are going to take turns sharper than my front wheels.
My first turn is to the left, so I go to the right as far as I possibly can. When my front wheel is about to fall off, I make the left turn, and see? My rear wheels come nowhere close to falling off, because rear wheels always take turns sharper than front wheels. The next turn is to the right, so
I want to go as far to the left as I conceivably can. Almost there.
once again, my front wheel almost comes off the course. But as I make the turn, the rear wheels turn tighter and come nowhere near the edge. Which means
I think I'm done.
I am done. Now, let's see how Canada's worst drivers do. Shirley is up first. In almost no time at all, Shirley falls off the trough. When drivers fall off, we will come to their rescue. Throughout rehab,
Can I back up?
we've been encouraging Shirley to be more assertive.
Can I go a little more to your right?
But Shirley consistently gives up control.
Can I get a bit of room on your side? Okay, now can I go to the right a bit? Now to the right before I turn the wheel.
To pass this challenge,
Straight for a while.
drivers have 30 minutes to try as often as they like.
Your way, Janice. How am I on your side? What if I went straight? Have I any room? Can I go over your way a bit? See, I don't know where my wheels are.
No question about it. Shirley's not in control.
She still relies on me for everything.
On Aaron's second run, Aaron looks like he's about to succeed.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
When his father intervenes.
Just go right straight back.
Looks like another case of Aaron's dad really doing the thinking here.
The worst part of this is
Keep going.
Lee's giving Aaron bad advice.
Yes, that's what you wanted. Turn. Oh.
For the rest of the challenge,
Oh.
Lee keeps giving bad advice.
No, keep going your way.
And Aaron keeps following it.
Oh.
With time running out, Aaron makes his own decisions.
Yeah, I'm close to the top.
And he drives correctly off the course. Aaron now knows the sound of one man driving.
I was becoming one with the car.
Nervous Tab is up next.
Okay, I'm scared here.
Tab might be anxious, but she wants to make her own decisions.
Doing good. You're almost there.
Tab inches along.
Calm.
But Matt insists on giving advice.
You need to give it a little gas.
I'm just so afraid to.
I know you are, but if it goes off, they'll lift it up. There you go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Yeah.
And with that, Matt is banished from the vehicle.
So I have to climb now.
Tab is more nervous without Matt. But her hard-headed stubbornness
Ow.
is a good thing to see. Alone, Tab makes it around the first turn, and she does take the second turn wide. But a little too wide. Tab fails this difficult challenge.
It doesn't matter though. I'm learning. I'm learning a lot.
Afia is up next.
May God help us.
Instead of hoping for help from a higher power, Afia should be using the earthly skills we've taught her. On attempt number 3,
Do I start tuning? I don't know.
Afia prays for help.
I don't believe you brought me this far to leave me.
Afia's faith is a beautiful thing,
Be careful!
but her driving skills are hellish. Afia wants to quit, but we want her to learn. So, we ask Afia to try again. Now, Afia really wants to quit.
Can I just give up, please?
No, there's still 10 minutes left.
This is one of the reasons why you've done so many hit and runs, hey? Is because you don't know where your wheels are?
Probably.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, totally.
Brace yourself, because Afia is about to go right over the edge.
So what happened there?
I ran over this one because I don't know where my wheels are. And I don't want to talk.
Once again, Afia hits and runs.
Afia, come here. Afia. Afia.
You! Afia.
Sly hasn't learned to make wide turns.
Whoa! I guess it's really important to know where one's wheels are, eh?
You are correct, sir.
Both tires? Okay, I'm on.
This time, Sly makes the first turn, which might be a miracle.
Holy cow. The second coming must be coming.
But then, he makes a devilish choice.
You know, I think this is one of those times when I need to gun it.
This is not a time to gun it.
Okay, it's a little bit risky.
But Sly does anyway.
Whoops. I don't know if I succeeded there. Is that gas I smell?
Yes! When Sly gunned the engine and hopped the curb, he punctured the gas tank. So, yes, that is highly flammable gasoline that Sly smells. This dangerous situation is something we didn't think was possible.
After the trough challenge, I would say I'm definitely Canada's worst driver.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
When we come back, Canada's worst drivers learn how to control a skid on ice.
Freak!
Next at the Driver Rehabilitation Center,
Ready for more training?
Yep.
Canada's worst drivers will learn how to recover from a skid. Tab drives toward a cone at 60 an hour. And watch what happens when she hits the brakes and tries to turn.
Brake. Turn, 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 turn.
Even though Tab steered to the right, the car skidded straight because the brakes were locked.
Next run, I want you to do exactly the same. Lock them up, but we don't want to hit the cone to make sure the car start to pivot.
Let go of the brake.
Exactly.
Tab understands that this time she's going to go 60 again, then lock up the brakes while steering, then release the brakes.
And lock them up.
But she doesn't release them.
I wasn't supposed to do that, was I?
No, but you know what was the big mistake?
What?
You kept staring at those cones until you, even to the point where you hit them, and then you were still looking at them.
You're right, because I was staring at it and I didn't want to hit it. I get
know
it.
you get
I
it.
get it.
All
It's
right.
just getting my body to do what my mind knows what to do.
For your mind to allow you to let go of the brake, you have to look where you want to drive.
And lock, steer, look, release. Does it work?
Yeah. I get it.
Sly also gets it.
So I don't even have to think about taking my foot off the brake. The brain does it for me.
Afia and Aaron also learn the benefit of looking where you want to go.
Steer, ease up.
Nice.
But when Shirley tries, she steers so much, the car won't turn, even when the brake is fully released.
A lot of time people don't also realize that the more you turn the wheel,
Yes.
you're having less grip from your tires. If you start to steer
Too
and it
much.
keeps skidding,
It's not going to get contact down there.
you're smart.
With skid school done, the next challenge for Canada's worst drivers is to
Turn around and icy corner.
To create the icy corner, we've got a slick tarp positioned on a tight turn. Cars have to hit the ice going 50k an hour, then make it around the bend. It's that simple. For this slick challenge, we'll be using what was our best car, the Dodge Challenger.
Oh. Pretty soon, this poor vehicle is going to have to be put on ice.
Before I put it on our simulated ice, I have to get going 50. When all four wheels hit the slippery surface,
Lock up, turn the wheel, look where I want to go. Piece of cake. Nothing to it. Now, let's see if Canada's worst drivers know how to look where they want to go.
Sly is ready to start us off.
Not born to be wild, but born to be ready.
On his first attempt, Sly goes almost 60, and he doesn't let go of the brake.
Didn't let go of the brake.
Watch again. When Sly hits the brake, the front wheels lock up and never roll again.
What are you going to do differently this time?
Look where I want to go sooner.
This time, Sly does look sooner, but not soon enough.
You released the brake about here. About there. So you only turned that little tiny bit.
Drivers only get 3 shots at this challenge, and for Sly's final run, I want to be his passenger.
Is that okay?
Of course.
This time, I'm going to coach Sly to look where he wants to go. But
Look, over there. Oh, man.
Freak!
Sly looked at the wall too long.
It's funny how you always end up crashing into whatever you're looking at, even though you don't want to crash into it. Go figure.
Go figure.
When we come back, the rest of Canada's worst drivers hit our icy corner. Canada's worst drivers have learned how to steer out of a skid.
Turn.
Oh my gosh. It's interesting.
Now, They're doing our 50K an hour Icy Corner Challenge.
I tried. I really did.
Nervous Tab is next.
You ready, Freddie?
I'm ready, baby.
On Tab's first run, she speeds up to 60. And she never takes her eyes off the wall or her foot off the brake.
Oops. Got up. I know what to do.
Awesome.
It's just a matter of doing it.
Okay.
On her second run, Tab speeds again. And she turns the wheel to its absolute maximum before releasing the brake.
I left my foot off the brake.
Sometimes if you turn all the way, you do what they call snow plowing. The wheels will kind of push.
Right, and Philippe mentioned that.
Philippe also mentioned that speed kills.
And this is an issue I got with Tab because she kept complaining that, oh, I don't have time to see the signs, I don't have time to do this, I don't have time to do that. Well, if you're going too fast, how could you give yourself a chance?
Tab knows the speed limit for this challenge is 50K an hour, but on her final attempt...
Come on, she's going way too fast.
Way too fast.
Tab speeds again.
What?
Speeding Tab fails on the Icy Corner course.
This course can be done, right?
Of course it can. I just didn't happen to do it yet.
Afia is next on the ice. On her ice-breaking first run, Afia brakes too soon and breaks the ice.
Okay, I messed up.
On run number 2, Afia stares at the wall and never releases the brake.
Awful. This is so slippery. Okay, yes. This was awful.
On her third and final run, Afia remembers to look where she wants to go, but...
Oh, my gosh. Gosh, I don't know why.
Afia hit the brake. But for some peculiar reason...
I didn't release it.
Shirley is up next.
I got a break.
Okay, stop doing the face.
Turn it.
On her first attempt at the Icy Corner, Shirley stares dead ahead.
You didn't turn your wheel. You didn't even turn your wheel.
This skill of looking where you want to go seems to come in almost every challenge.
All the challenge we do here is about vision.
On her second attempt, Shirley panics and hits the brakes too soon. And she doesn't take her foot off the brake or her teeth off her tongue.
Oh, I can't turn. I didn't take my foot off the brake. Exactly what you said.
Guess what happens on her last chance?
Your foot's still on the brake.
Oh, damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it.
Shirley can't pass this challenge.
That's okay, though, because I have the idea of what I'm going to do. And isn't that okay?
Huge. Understanding the theory is huge.
Yes.
It's huge.
And I know that I was able to do it this morning, and I did it very well this morning. I got to get this in my brain and say, Shirley, if that was real ice, you're not going to start going through steps. So what you said for me to look at the turn, 3 times I was looking directly, I talk too much, don't I?
Can Aaron do the Icy Corner? Aaron takes a moment to remember the lesson Philippe taught him. He should skid to slow down, then look where he wants to go, and let the rest happen naturally. And that's exactly what happens.
That Philippe is a smart man.
Aaron is the only driver to pass.
Awesome. Sorry for my language.
When we come back.
Afia? Definitely not.
No.
The experts decide who this episode's graduate should be.
Sly?
No.
It's time for me and the experts to hear from Canada's worst drivers so we can decide who should be this episode's graduate. Starting with Afia, who yelled and cursed at me after the Know Where Your Wheels Are challenge.
Well, I apologize, first of all, because I shouldn't have acted like that.
Apology accepted. Why did you just freak out like that?
Sorry. I always cry. It's not you guys, it's just me. It was my second time almost getting there, and I didn't get it, so I just snapped. Sorry.
Are you Canada's worst driver?
I could be. At this point, I don't know.
Sly also could be Canada's worst driver, as he demonstrated by puncturing a gas tank.
I figured, well, if I can just gun it.
Is just gunning it ever a wise strategy?
Absolutely not. That was really dangerous.
Shirley only passed the parallel parking challenge this episode, but
I truly feel, and I never thought I would say this, that I deserve to graduate.
Shirley feels that way because...
Oh, I just feel that so much learning has taken place that I want to apply it now, and I think I could tackle city driving. I know I can tackle home driving, and when I see where I can go now, I really think I deserve to graduate.
Tab passed 2 challenges this episode, and she also feels ready to leave rehab.
I'm ready to graduate. I will take what I've learned and apply it.
In the Icy Corner challenge, Tab couldn't apply what Philippe taught her in skid school.
It just didn't work, and I kept hitting that wall, hitting the wall, hitting the wall.
Tab hit the wall due to...
The speed.
The speed.
That's, for me, the main issue. We've talked about that, you and I. Like, you need to understand that speed plays an effect, and if you're going to add more speed, you have less time to react.
Aaron passed every challenge this episode.
I deserve to graduate, but I don't completely feel the timing is right to graduate.
You can stick around if you want to.
Sweet.
It's time to choose who will graduate.
How do you want to do this?
Short list.
Okay. Short list it is. Afia?
No.
Definitely not.
No.
No. Sly, need I ask?
No.
No.
Tab?
Yes.
I would put her on the short list.
Yeah, absolutely. Shirley?
Yes.
Well, I'll put her on the short list. Why not? Should Aaron graduate?
No, not for me.
At this stage, no. No.
That means...
We have Shirley, who I don't think should graduate, and we have Tab, who, I gotta be honest, I don't think should graduate.
2 people want to graduate, and they're both excited.
Shirley, I'm talking about you. Tab, I'm talking about you. But neither one of you made it through the icy corner. So, Aaron, for that simple reason, no one's graduating this episode. You're all sticking around rehab to become better drivers. Join us next episode when maybe, just maybe, someone will graduate, while the other 4 will remain in the running to be called Canada's worst driver.
On the next episode of Canada's Worst Driver, the nominees handle a snowplow.
You're hitting everything. Break!
They play car curling.
Stop, stop, stop.
And everyone learns the proper way to avoid a moose.
You couldn't have done that any worse.
I don't know if I succeeded there.